Here we are, Murr. It's time for another exciting edition of Three and Out.
Okay, now I have a new favorite podcast. It's What We Saw. So this will be my recommendation of the week, and it's about the Cold War. And I started thinking about like the different wars that you could fight in. So here's the question I have to you guys. We'll throw it to Adam first since he's our guest this week. If you had to go to war, would you choose to go to war during the Middle Ages, the Revolutionary War, or World War I?
Ooh, man, that's tough. Well, I guess we're putting. Well, I guess that encompasses everything as far as medical treatment, everything like that, right?
Well, the way I'm going to put it is, what would make you more comfortable? Because either way, it's still war. So, what war are you? I'm looking at it like, what war are you more comfortable
Murr,
in?
can I ask a question before Adam answers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you said this is your new favorite podcast is What We Saw?
Well, it's a mini series podcast, so
But,
it'll
but
be
that's
like
the
a
name of it,
one-month
What
season.
We Saw?
Yes, what
And
we
it-
saw.
And it's about what men like actually hacksaw off things? That's what it's about?
Yes, especially starting out in World War II, it's about the Russians cutting like their arms off in the dead of winter,
Right.
to kind of cut off some dead weight and things like that. And then, you get to the 1960s and there's a sexual revolution, men just cutting their balls off and things. It's a little freaky, but it
Right.
kind of makes you think about
And it's
some things.
they probably something in that brought up that guy from Russia who hacked his leg off. He was
Oh,
all
yeah, absolutely.
hopped up on what? What was that called?
Spice.
Yeah, there it was. All
Okay,
right.
now that we've been
Well-
derailed completely there, Adam, what war would you rather fight in?
So
Would it be
I've
the,
had a couple.
war in the middle? What?
I've had a couple wines. What of it?
And a little Victoria in you as well. Middle Ages, Revolutionary War, World War I.
We haven't even talked about Hacksaw Jim Duggan yet, though.
That's a good point, but he didn't pop up
Oh!
until he may have helped bring the wall down. That had apparently nothing to do with what we're talking about.
All right, I'm going to say not World War One because that is just probably the most destructive war. I mean, that was where we basically we didn't know how destructive we could be until that time. We were just throwing people into the meat grinder, as Dan Carlin kind of calls it, in his excellent podcasts. So not that Revolutionary War. The problem with that is you're on sort of longer campaigns, medical treatments for. Middle Ages is fine because there's just one day. It's just there's no campaigning. There's, it's just you go out there, you fight the battle. That's it. There's no long war like there is in Revolutionary or World War One.
Wrong answer. Wes, what do you got?
Yeah, there's something about what Adam said about modern warfare still kind of meeting, and this is in terms of World War One. Modern warfare meeting still kind of using old techniques, but also just bashing war fields full of mustard gas and it's just like having to ingest this shit all the time. But at the same time, I guess it's like, what do you value more, the medical treatment or lack of something like that? I think, Christ, revolutionary. God damn, this is tough. I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna go revolutionary and hope that I don't get gouged with something that causes infection. All right.
Fair enough.
Or catch smallpox sitting in camp, for entire winters.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that with my basically just superhuman genetic structure that I don't catch something like that. So I mean, it just kind of translates with everything. So, yeah.
Okay, for everything you said about World War One, yeah, World War One's out. I feel like you're like disregarding like all of the other diseases and plagues that people in the Middle Ages had to contend with as well. So I feel like all the disease and all that bullshit is
Let me interject. I agree with you. There's certainly less advances in medicine then, but the whole point is in the Middle Ages, you're not campaigning and camping for months on end. You're just kind of, you all assemble and then you fight and then you go home. You're not catching any more disease than you would normally.
Weren't the Crusades like hundreds of years?
What's that?
The Crusades were like hundreds of years. Do you
Yeah, that's
consider that the
true.
Middle
But
Ages?
but I see your point, Adam. But I feel like they're gonna march you like some disgruntled like syphilis infested king's gonna march you like 300 miles through fields and valleys and over a mountain just to go fight one battle. For me, it's the Revolutionary War because it's home field advantage. Because I'm assuming I'm fighting as a yet to be christened American. So at least I'm on my own land. If I want to be a coward and desert, I'm still on my own land. Yeah, and I feel like just I'm home. You know what I mean? They're not going to drag me away. There's no king telling me what to do. I'm fighting for myself. I'm going Revolutionary War. Yeah, just for home field advantage. No other reason.
Who says you get to fight on the American side? I mean, you all of a sudden get to pick. I thought this was independent of country of origin. You know, like a theoretical sort of plane. Just because
always fucking
it's
thinking.
America shouldn't factor into that. I mean,
okay, well,
heck, you can fight in the Revolutionary War, but you have to fight for the British.
Okay, fine. Then I fight. Okay, so I'm now a British conscript.
Yeah, you traitor.
Yeah. Now guess what? I just threw my British crown. I just threw it to the side. Now I'm an American. Now I'm fighting for the fucking rebels.
No, you don't get to do this.
Bullshit.
No,
I'm an American. I can do whatever I want. You can't tell me what to do. Fuck you, George.
No, you're not. Who says you're an American in this theoretical scenario?
I do. That's because that's what the fucking whole war was about, bitch. I win. All right.
Wait.
Question number 2.
No.
What?
Hold on. If in fact you were to do that, what you just said, you're still speaking the Queen's English. Do you correct everyone? Do you try to tell all your Yanks, the Yanks under you, like, oh, this is how we speak the Queen's English?
It's pronounced garage, not garage. I don't know what you're doing here. We park the rifles in the garage. You see what I mean?
It's a rifle. We cook with basil.
You don't call it a carriage. It's a carriage. It's so you park it in the garage. Understand?
Shut up, Andrew.
And you could say twat all the time because apparently that's one of their favorite words. That's great.
All right.
Okay. If you could be the patron saint of something, what would it be? The patron saint of something, what would it be? We'll start with Wes on this one.
Ooh, as David St. Hubbins in Spinal Tap said, the patron saint of quality footwear. That might be up there. Cliff Clavin also was a big proponent of quality footwear. Would it be the patron saint of something?
Now I'm asking the question here. Now, does it have to be something like? And I know I'm usually the master and commander of this, but can it be something more theoretical, or does it have to be something like tangible?
Well, Chris, you're the master and commander. I was going to say, okay, you want to know what I'm going to say?
Yes.
And you tell me if it's worthy of sainthood. Recovery golf shots.
Ooh, the patron saint of recovery golf shots. No, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself in pickles on golf courses day in and day out. And by day in and day out, I mean the handful of times a year I play. And there's more often than not that I'm praying for just something. Oh Christ. Oh God, make this fucking work.
And what I do like about your answer there is you didn't deify yourself too much. Like that's very specific.
Yeah, there you go. Recovery golf shots. And I'd only answer prayers about, I don't know, a seventh of the time.
I took mine.
Adam?
I took yours?
Well, I wasn't going to say punch shot. I wasn't going to get that specific.
No,
I was going to say
recovery golf shots.
Oh, recovery golf shots. All right, I'm sorry. Then I'll be the patron saint of good golf shots. This way I'll play better golf than Wes will, who will just be hitting those recovery shots the entire round.
No, that's lame. That's too broad. You need more specificity. Wes already stole it, so Wes already fucked it up for you.
All right, well, then you go, and then I'll come back at the end.
I would like to be the patron saint of what I feel it's kind of like it's an emotion. It's also kind of an action. And it's my favorite thing in the world that when people act out of spite, I would like to be the patron saint of spite. It's so contradictory. Like spite is such an amazing emotion. Sometimes you'll do things that are completely out of your own character just to get back at someone. But if there was a way to do that under the undying holy glory of God, I would like to be that man. It's almost spiteful just to be the patron saint of spite. So I want to be the patron saint of spite.
Bit of a catch-22. Yeah, I like it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think I would want to be the patron saint of perspective, because I think that is what is severely lacking in the entire world nowadays. Everybody gets so upset about everything, and we could use a little patron saint of just, people not getting all bent out of shape out of every little thing that gets posted on Facebook or something like that.
What an egomaniacal maniac you are.
It's a saint. It's like, by definition, it's sort of egomaniacal and godlike.
So if I'm questioning my own worldview, I should pray to Adam Calvert,
the patron saint of
insight and
perspective.
wisdom.
Wow.
No, if you're getting all bent out of shape out of something stupid, then you should pray to Adam Calvert.
Fair enough.
Here, I will. Here's a tack on. Here's a thing. I think it's valued or undervalued. Would be the patron saint of well-timed farts. And you imagine yourself in a predicament where you're around friends and someone says something of relative importance, and you're like, yeah, that would be beautiful.
But now I have a question about that. So let's say you're in a business meeting and you're not sure what God has either blessed you with or cursed you with. Do you then pray to the patron saint of farts to say, make this appropriate? Like, no matter the outcome?
Well, I guess if the fart would go over well in the meeting and make everybody laugh, like, oh man, you farted just at the right time there. That was funny. Otherwise it would be gross.
Yeah, but because
that's what he would do.
That could change moment to moment. You might need a silent non-smelly at, I don't know, 3:15, but at 4:15 you might need a raucous rauncher. My ideology of thinking this is that if you could pray for a well-timed fart, it doesn't necessarily have to be like every time I fart, I need to pray to the God. You screwed it up, man. It just should be a funny joke. That's it. No, but I think you're onto something here. I mean, I think there needs to be the patron saint of flatulence.
Yeah. Just an over-encompassing farter. If
there's any man that's up for the job, buddy, it's U.S.
That's right. You know what? I'll have a jester as a monkey with a leisure suit on.
Okay, and my final 3-and-out question. Now, Wes, you definitely know that I enjoy talking about animals. I enjoy talking about animal fights.
Yeah.
And recently, this question kind of made its way into my mind for several reasons. A silverback gorilla, a grizzly bear, or a 40-pound rat. Which one are you most frightened of at a moment's notice? So the point would be, if you're walking through the woods and you see a grizzly bear, is that more frightening than walking through the jungle and coming across a silverback gorilla? Or is the sheer thought of coming across a 40-pound rat anywhere you are more frightening than the other two?
Okay.
We'll start with Adam, because Adam lives in New York City, where he sees rats probably more often than either two of us.
Yeah, and Master Splinter was out of New York City too, so any 40-pound rat could suspectively could be the master himself.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen a silverback gorilla. I have seen a 40-pound rat, so probably more scared of the gorilla. But no, on a moment's notice, yeah, the 40-pound rat, because it's shocking to you. If you're walking through the woods and you see a bear, well, that's not completely out of expectations, just as like walking through a jungle and seeing a gorilla. But if you see a 40-pound rat, no, you weren't expecting that one. So on a moment's notice, yes. But then once I kind of got over it, I guess I would be more scared of the bear, presumably.
Wes?
All right, so don't discredit Baltimore City rats. Those fuckers can get really fucking big. What I will say is that in my in-depth Discovery Channel knowledge, there is a species called the capybara, which is the largest rodent on the planet. They do get up to about 40 pounds. I've seen them, not in Baltimore, at a couple zoos, the Omaha Zoo once. But so if I were to be in my alley taking my trash out or whatever, I saw a 40-pound rat, I think I might just chuck the trash and just run inside. The silverback gorilla, if you happen to cross paths with one in its own habitat, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. You're going to shit your pants. And I think that's it.
Well, this is my thought process on it. There's no literature on a 40-pound rat. When I thought about this, I was thinking like, okay, you've heard all sorts of survival techniques when you come across a grizzly bear. Don't look him in the eye, walk laterally. If he charges, play dead. Silverback gorilla, stare at the ground, start eating grass, pretend you're one of the other, lesser apes. There's no literature on a 40-pound rat. Like 40-pound rat, you're emotionally just screwed at that point. Like you don't know what to do. And rats are fast. They have infinite teeth. Like they have to gnaw through metal just so that their teeth don't grow so long that there is a story of a rat whose teeth got so long that he ended up like puncturing his own windpipe. So like they're just looking to gnaw on something. They have no thinking. I feel like a grizzly bear and a gorilla have some sort of higher thought process. There's no thought process in a rat. It's just eat, munch, kill. Yeah, that, it's funny. When I first moved up here, I read this book. It was about rats and specifically, rats in general, but specifically about New York City. And this guy had gone and followed these different exterminators and found the different rat hotspots and wrote all about the rats. And it scared me about the rats because they're just they're like, I don't know, they're like a meth head, of an animal. They're just scurrying everywhere. You don't know what the hell they're going to do, what they're trying to do. They don't know what they're doing. They just want to go somewhere and do something. And that's what actually scares me about rats in the city is that not so much that I'll see one, but that one's just going to scurry out and who knows what it's going to do when it gets there. And you make that into 40 pounds and that's just terrifying.
All right. I'm going to put it this way. Y'all can disagree with me. All right. There's only a handful of 40-pound animals in this world that can defeat me in a fight, and a rat ain't one of them. I'll fuck that rat up. I'll punt that fucker into next week.
All right, name one that will.
Ooh,
Wolverine.
Yeah, probably do cheetahs get up to like less than 40? Or are they a little more?
I don't even care if you say cheetah or not. It doesn't matter. A 40-pound house cat will kill you.
Who the fuck do you know a 40-pound house cat?
I'm just okay. You're not going to get a 40-pound rat either, Wes. But I'm just saying, like a house cat is a lesser predator than a cheetah.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
How heavy was that rat fucker that his tusk grew through his throat?
Oh, I don't know, but I mean, I'm just saying their teeth. They have to gnaw, like they have to chew on shit, or their teeth will get so big that they'll kill themselves.
All right, hypothetical.
I think Wes would mess up a 40-pound house cat.
Have you ever tried to?
All he's got to do is get his hands on it and just throw it against a wall or a table or something.
See, Adam knows the strength of these motherfuckers. I get that house cat and I'll shake it. That's my pleasure.
You have to be aware of that, like what is now like infamously one of the original viral videos of that sheriff who's trying to like promote that one cat and then it latches into him and just like
this here's Fluffy. Like, he's nice.
Yeah. And then the cat always chokes him out with its own leash. And that's like an 8-pound cat. Imagine that times 4.
You're saying a 40-pound cat.
A 40-pound house cat would break you.
No.
I'm not saying you don't have a chance. I'm just saying he's going to claw you up. I can't believe that you're less scared of a 40-pound cat and more scared of a 40-pound rat.
Because it's all about proportion.
Right. 2 weeks ago in 3 and Out, you said that you could duck a fucking grizzly bear's strike. You said you could flip under it.
I said I was stupid enough to think I could do that. I never said I'd be successful.
We're gonna check.
I said I'm arrogant enough to believe that I could do that, but in reality, I would be dead on the second swipe.
We're gonna check the recordings. We're gonna go back to the time capsule on that one.
No, look. I know what I said. I said I was arrogant enough to believe that I could do that.
Okay.
And this may not be on the tape, but I am saying in reality, I know that I would die eventually.
Let's just say, okay, the 40-pound rat has evolved enough to where his chompers aren't gouging his fucking larynx or something.
Okay, no, you're misusing the visual here. All I'm saying is that they have an instinct to chew, and you are in front of them. They will chew you.
I'd stomp the shit out of that sucker. Fucking break dance on that thing.
Where do you grab, though? Do rats even have a neck? Because my instant instinct is to choke something out.
I ain't grabbing. I'm stomping. I'm square dancing.
It's just 40 pounds of meat.
Look at me. I'm Michael Flatley.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to add something. What I had something is in that rat book that I read. I remember stories about rats killing cats. People would get cats. People would get cats, kill the rats. Yeah. Rats kill the cats.
Was that an individual rat killing a cat, or is that a swarm of rats killing a cat?
They just say that they found the cat dead.
Because I've heard stories of ants killing men in the jungle, but I guarantee, like, the first swipe, you're taking out like 30. But, eventually you're just getting chewed apart.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to ask the cat, but you can't.
Yeah, and Mur, we've all seen the movie Congo, and that didn't bode too well for those humans.
What was the animal in Congo? Was it the apes?
It was a gorilla of some sort.
Yeah, but those are like mutant gorillas.
Mutant gorillas that are very hostile and agitated because they're protecting a diamond.
Sure, but my point is that you can rationalize with a normal non-radioactive ape in some capacity. You can rationalize in some capacity with a non-mutant, non-radioactive grizzly bear. I don't think you can rationalize with a genetically modified 40-pound rat.
Unless it's Master Splinter.
Then he will teach you jujitsu and kung fu, and you will save the city from a hostile terrorist takeover.
Right. Are there any other fictional rats that we know of?
Ratatouille?
Cook
you a fine Italian dinner.
The Rats of Nim.
That's a little highbrow for me. I don't know what that is.
Escape from Rat Mountain. Witch Mountain? Is that what it is?
Who else? Wasn't Mortimer, the original Mickey Mouse, a rat?
The original Disney was supposed to be a rat? Original...
I don't know. He was a weird looking... And he actually became one of Mickey's villains eventually.
You think he was 40 pounds? I'd fuck his ass up.
Yeah, he's probably about 40. Yeah, you would. He was kind of a pussy.
What do you think Minnie was? Minnie was like 32.
32 and svelte.
Mickey Mouse, 36, 24, 36. Oh, she's 5'3".
By the way, because I do watch a lot of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, still, I don't see how they've gotten away with this all these years. Minnie and Daisy, they don't do shit without their high heels on. They're always pimping.
What's it called when a mouse is big pimping?
Is there a joke here, or am I supposed to know?
No, I don't know. I'm hoping you come up with something. You're pretty good.
No, I don't have anything.
Big Mickin. Oof.
No, all right, so you've had too many Modelo's, friend.
No, we've concluded that it's not. So we got, what's the vote? Silverback.
I'm just saying that I would be more freaked out by a 40-pound rat than a gorilla or a grizzly.
Calvert, you conclude?
I agree. More freaked out. Yeah.
Well, okay. So we'll go back to the classical voting method. You guys are 1. It's my show, and I have 3 votes, so it's 3-2. All right. Fair
enough.
Just kidding. Well.